commentator because I called that.
Go, 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 go,
Oh,
Who scored?
Pochettino's back.
Harry scored. You can tell by the celebration.
Harry Kane.
All right,
now put Kazaya Sterling on and get him off.
Get him off.
He's got to get the hat trick now.
Yeah, at this point he's got to get the hat trick.
well,
You don't
right?
take off.
So somebody made a run at
And
somebody.
look at that Sissoko assist.
It wasn't a pretty goal. Who was that? Who was that with the assist?
Sissoko. Are you not listening to me when I say things?
That's not Sissoko.
Oh, that's
Is that 17 or is that 37?
Peters.
Oh, yeah, it's Kyle
Man,
Walker.
why does every black man got to look like Sissoko to you?
It doesn't. It was the number.
God, that's
it's
awful.
the number. It ended in a 7.
That was Kyle Walker.
And here comes Ali.
All right.
That is
Who's jumping on for?
So you got to say,
Lamella?
what do you think this change is down to? Because we put in 2 goals right after Sun comes on.
I've taken Lamella off. They took Lamella off. No, they didn't. Did they?
Well,
We
he
took
came
off
on.
Lorente, the first sub for Sun, and we scored 2 goals since Sun came on.
And no, I think Lamella's still on, isn't he?
I can't tell.
tell.
Jan has the ball now.
No, I
I'll
think
tell you
he's
what,
off
we look
now.
at the
I think he's
website.
off.
Hold on.
Yeah.
I don't think he's. I'd be on the right side if he is, and I'd.
Well, we should-
far
we-
right. No, I think he's the
We
very
should
far
ask. We should ask Daniel Wynn to give us some feedback on our commentary.
No. Hey, you guys are wrong. It was assisted by Sissoko.
right. It's not.
But at least that's what the ESPN app is saying. Assisted by
they're
Bruce
American.
Sissoko.
What do they know?
Fine, I'll pull it up in a
Always
different
an
app.
Cross comes in
African-American
from
player.
Trippier and a goal. No.
Well, yeah. So what? Delhi came
Yes,
off. to
get
Sissoko.
in. Nottingham Forest 1-0 up on Arsenal.
Uh,
Excellent.
Nice
Unlucky,
header too.
unlucky Alf will go watch that after we're off there, and they'll win 5-1. So
Delhi just came on for Sissoko.
yeah. And the other sub was Sun.
The Tottenham
Sun.
app, the Tottenham website says more on the goal. A bit of breathing space down as Kyle Walker-Peters drives toward the box from the left side and lets fly. His shot is deflected to Kane, who sweeps it home with the left foot. Sissoko did not get an assist.
No. Come on.
Just remember, Tim, white wristbands, Sissoko.
We can't see the white wristbands on this.
Well,
I'll let
there
you
wasn't
out.
there weren't any on the dude who put the ball in, so it did look like Kyle Walker-Peters. So. Anyway, moving on. Where were we? We talked about this game.
Well, I was trying to talk about Sun coming on and the game changing, but no one took that bait.
I heard that, mate. So I mean,
He is unplayable.
yeah. I mean,
I think a lot of it just goes down to the fact that a team like Wimbledon too, or eventually you've got to break them down. And yes, Sun has an influence. I believe that. He's just a good player. He's just a good player.
well, the other dynamic to look at, guys, to Tim's point, for Sun coming on, with Sun coming on for Llorente, we're now playing in the format that we prefer to play in with the one striker, and then we score 2 goals. So you could look at it from that perspective as well. I mean, the only other game where that's been heavily featured was that the Madrid away game, right?
He did.
What has my life been reduced to?
It's like we're building up and we're at the top of the D and phone drop.
But think about that. Social media was in meltdown because this game was not on TV. What will we do with our lives? It just goes to show you.
Place.
Yeah, it
Bizarre.
just goes to show how reliant we have become on this global connection to everything. And, I know Austin Spurs, I saw a picture. They all put on their Sunday best. Oh, what's he done with his camera now?
Yeah.
It's over. He's like 2-0 down. I'm turning this off. You wankers can go listen to the radio.
Yes.
But Austin Spurs all went to their local pub to listen to it on the radio. So
And they all dressed up like in 1920s regalia, didn't they?
Well, they just put on their Sunday best. So trying to probably replicate the good old days, but that's how you followed it. And to be honest, I don't even know what the radio highlights were like back in those days. You certainly weren't going to be able to pick and choose the matches. It would have been, this is the match of the week, and otherwise you went to the game. That's how you got to see the football, and that's why the crowds were 60, 70,000 in stadiums that now hold half that. But anyway.
Lads, the Nottingham Forest goal was scored by an American, Eric Lichage. Lichag. Never heard of him, but God bless him.
Yeah, and they just equalized. I think Mertesacker got a goal.
They did?
Yep.
Damn it.
1-1.
Yeah, it's
24th minute.
It's going to be 3-1 Arsenal. Okay, now what?
We got 20 minutes before the end of the game.
No, okay.
I know,
it's a
right?
sign. It's a sign. That was a message to us to end this.
Was there? Did we have any listener questions? I know, Chairs, you put out a.
Yeah, you did actually get 2.
Let me see if I got some there.
You have to go to your account.
One is, are we going to win the Champions League?
Yeah,
No.
that one.
Is it are we or can we?
Can we? Is it a possibility? I mean, we're still in the competition, so yes, it is a possibility. Do I realistically think we are going to win the Champions League? No, I do not.
Okay, so Dan Kilpatrick on Twitter just said goal, Vertonghen, screamer.
Really?
Yes, so we must be 3-0 up.
Yeah, I heard something about that on Captain, but they haven't updated it on the page. So
Let me look at my
fresh.
live. Yep, 3-0.
3-0.
70th minute.
Vertonghen.
It must be
Vertonghen has scored the first time in 4 years.
Super Jan. Super Jan. Love it.
All right, nice one.
Yeah, this following this on Twitter is going to be even better, I think. Yep, Tottenham Hotspur's Twitter page just confirmed. Super Jan goal. Lovely.
All right. So Champions League, can we? Will we?
I'll tell you what, I put out a tweet yesterday
we?
because, as a lot of people know, I follow Italian football as well. A little bit less than English, at least. And Paulo Dybala, who plays and is a very integral part of what Juventus do, blew a hamstring yesterday in their 1-0 win over Cagliari. So in a month's time, we play them in Champions League play. Will he be back? You know, we saw what a hamstring can do to players. You know, Toby's been out, it seems like 3 or 4 months now. So he may not be back at all for either tie. And for them to lose Dybala going into round of 16 play, you know, I can see us making the quarters at least. And you know, it's all luck of the draw after that, right?
Yep, it is.
I don't know. I'm just going to be a Debbie Downer. We're struggling to get into the top 4 right now. We are not winning the Champions League. I'm just going to say that.
I don't know that we're not going to.
It's far easier to make that statement, not discrediting it, Tim. But if you're a betting man, yeah, you're going to put money that we're not going to win it. The odds would be heavily stacked, and I don't know what they are on the last 16 teams, but it's definitely a long shot for us to do it. I think we need to certainly still have a crack, and it'll be interesting to revisit this in 6 weeks' time once we've played that second leg against Juventus, and whether we're still in it and who we get in the next round.
I think a lot of it too will come down to who's left. So if either City, PSG, or both somehow get knocked out, I think our chances exponentially go up, because if the draws happen to where those 2 teams don't get drawn against one another, that's your final. I think those are the best 2 teams in world football right now.
PSG and City?
Yes.
You discount Barcelona?
I don't think they're the top 3, or in the top 2 rather.
Okay.
Yeah.
What, running away with La Liga?
Yeah, I would argue they are up there.
But running away because Madrid are shit this year? That's probably more to the point.
Well, I mean, they haven't lost. I mean, they were pretty awesome in Champions League, right?
I can't remember their campaign, to be honest.
Who they have in there? Oh, didn't they demolish PSG?
I think we're gonna win both the 2-leg tie against Juventus. I think we're making the quarters again. I'll say that.
That's a good statement.
Yeah.
And you know, I like our chances against Juventus, to be honest. I think we can get something out of that tie. It will be those last 8 teams are going to be some top names, and for us to be keeping company with those guys, that'll be a massive achievement right there. And you know, look back 8 years ago 7 years ago when we made the quarterfinals. We were in very illustrious company, and had we beaten Madrid, we'd have played Barcelona in the semifinals. That was already known. So, that was definitely a good run. But if we want to continue to mock Arsenal, who said, "Oh yeah, we've been in Champions League for 18 years in a row. What have you done?" Well, what have you done? You made a final once, great, but you lost it. You still haven't overhauled us on European trophies. So to shut them up, we need to go to the final. We need to take it seriously, and obviously we will, and give it that go when we can get through to those last couple of games.
So Alistair Gold reporting that Georgia's Kevin Nkudu is about to come on for Tottenham.
All right, so you had another question. It's from San Diego Spurs. That'll be Ben Foreman. Is it just me, or after 2 seasons where we were legitimately in a full-fledged title challenge, has this season felt sort of like you just want it to finish? And I know a lot of people, especially when they see the progress in the new stadium, they're like, please, can we just go home now?
Yes.
When you latch onto a thread and you just read it, how people feel about Wembley, and I just can't be asked to go, which we all know over here would bite your arm off to go. But when you've got a season ticket and you can pick or choose when you can go, and you know that Wembley is just gets on your tits, I understand that. And especially when you've spent years and years and years following Spurs at White Hart Lane. And I didn't enjoy my time at Wembley when I went last year. And that was just, three or four European games that we played there. So I understand it. I empathize with them. What do you say to that question from Ben, lads?
No, because if it ends right now, we're out of top 4.
So here's an interesting tweet. There's 2 actually. Sam retweeted this, and I just liked it. This guy, Herbo, at Herb McDerb, 5 minutes ago said, "I've been waiting so long for Jan to score again for us," and it does, and it's on a non-televised game, and it's got a gif of this guy just roid raging on a door and just tearing it apart. And then South Carolina Spurs just tweeted, "If Jan scores and the match isn't televised, did it really happen?"
True.
Oh my goodness, I didn't think about it.
Never to be seen. Poor guy.
So here's an interesting one. Spurs Nostalgia just posted Harry Kane, now ahead of Teddy Sheringham in the all-time Tottenham Hotspur goal-scoring charts, having played 44 games less.
Yep.
So,
I think he was 1 behind, so now he's overtaken him. Yeah. So he continues to amaze. And I know he hadn't scored. Of course, he didn't score in the last 2 games. He was my captain, and 2 appearances in 1 week in fantasy. He's not going to score. It's all down to me, lad. Sorry. But yeah, he's going to continue to dominate. His records that fell at the end of last year were just phenomenal. So, is he going to kick on from here? You could put down the fact he had that cold and shaking that off. I'm sure it took a lot of his energy out, and he's back. This is probably the game to get him back to that fitness level to top him up, and now he can take a week off, and I'm sure that was a good call on Poch's part.
Speaking of fantasy, Tim, what happened to you yesterday?
I had to scramble to try and pick up someone to replace Coutinho.
Who was available? Like Andros Townsend, or?
No, my claims haven't gone in yet, so I'm not going to tell you.
Oh, okay.
Well, actually, I've put in transfer claims for, I think Balassi was my second choice. And did I do Arnautovic?
Yeah, because I passed you this week, so you have a better waiver spot than I do this week.
Yeah, Tim, it's got to be bad for you, dude, when I beat you. Game week 21, 38-27. I've sucked all year. It still leaves me firmly rooted to Sam territory, but you know.
So we have a closed group. For those of you that don't know, there's 8 teams in our draft league that the Premier League did this year. And let me see if I look at the league standings. So our pal James is the Manchester City of our league. He's 16-1-5 and almost on 1,000 points scored. David is 14-0-8. I am 12-0-10, and Timmy is 12-0-10. But I've got him beat on